lokuzalwa. Siyafisa sikhuleka sicela kuwe ukuthi uNkulunkulu omuhle wena esimethembileyo usincedise siphe konke singakwenza usincedise kukho ukuze ilizwe lethu likhululeke. Abantwana baseZimbabwe bayahlala ekhaya banethezeke badle ilifa labo badle okufanele bona bangadli okuthukwa bangadli okucela bangagalili baze bayifele ezweni. uNkulunkulu omuhle siyacela ekuseni namhlanje ukuthi usihlanganise kusesezulwini nezithunywa zakho labokhokho bethu abalalela behluphekela ilizwe laseZimbabwe namhlanje belokhu behlupheka kunganalutho abakuzuzileyo. Wena uNkulunkulu omuhle othembekileyo ithemba lakho yilesimi ngalo sincedise baba nawo umsebenzi esicelileyo kuwe namhlanje wasivumela ukuba siwenze wenze ube impumelelo. Umlayezo esiyakukhipha namhlanje lapha abantwana baseZimbabwe bawuzwe abantwana base-Afrika bawuzwe abantwana base-South Africa bawuzwe kuze ukuthi masikhuluma sikhulume ngazwi linye. uNkulunkulu osezulwini awuzange usuke lapho ohleli khona wadala umhlaba uhleli khonapho namhlanje usasekhona kaze kube sekupheleni uloku hlezi khonapho negama lakho alitshintshanga unguJehova Sibawothi ngelakho ilizwe linamandla ngoJesu Kristu Inkosi kuzobe naphakade. Amen.
Siyabonga bonke asebefikile siyabonga bonke asebefikile. Where is Leader Lucky sondela asikhale thishela.
Thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Jamize! 2023! Anglizwa 2023! 2023!
Thank you, comrades. Thank you, champions. All branches here, you are welcome. And we want to take this opportunity and thank you. I think the chairman has already given the prayer. Can I hit that paper here? Out, just one. Yes. Thank you very much, comrades. What we are going to do, because we have other leaders that are going to be leaving right now, we therefore going to quickly chop our program. It is not going to flow as we had planned. We plan and God fulfills. So if you see that we're starting with something that should be maybe at the end, please bear with us. We are having some leaders that needs to travel. But let me take this opportunity and say welcome to each and every one of you, all the branches, the district leadership. Chairman, all the way from Zimbabwe. Umama Blanca, Abangamaziyo, I'm sure Limbonema group in very active, very involved. Ibabanta balelungelo lokucomplaina. Khona. Siyambona lapana ubaba wethu umdala wabafana. Sihamba la umdala besila eTempeni. Sisiyathwaga imali. Baba uNdlovu. So right now, and the style mama lapana, umama Kumbuzanini was one of the top leaders. District Women Assemble. Umama ukonela. Alina ma structure. Nile. Abala ma structure. Are these not structures? We know our leaders. So right now, Sizoniyezu Babunzovu, Uguti Asnigeze his words before he departs. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause.
Uba bengakhulumi ngicela lingqhubela amanzi laphana aqanda kakhulu amanzi aqanda kakhulu umdala ngawoma lapho umphimbo ungamlokhuza lapha ngacina mdala amanzi lawa ngumshonga wezano lo njengoba siwabona uthalana amanzi lawa lo mfana umdala ufuna amanzi la abambe nge50 rand abese sikhulumela siyabonga ayisiyabonga nasi
Inguquko eZimbabwe. Inguquko eZimbabwe. Inguquko eZimbabwe. 6 million votes. 6 million votes. 6 million votes. Great Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe. Chamisa hoye. Chamisa hoye. Chamisa hoye. Ngiyalibingelela lonke. I greet you all. I will start by saying champions from home. Our lady here, I think she's the only one who deserves to be honored for now. Can you stand up quickly? Mama, our champion, Mafranka. All the way, you know what she said? She came here for this program to march with solidarity with us. We really appreciate that commitment. Moreover, I'm in hurry. There's another program, but I said I can't miss this program. So I really apologize to the organizers, the Chairman Mate and the others for jumping the gun and being the first speaker. It is because of the agents we have. So our champions in the leadership of the province, champions in the leadership of district, champions in the branches, or everyone that has managed to come and march with us. Thank you very much. You are welcome to the struggle. We really appreciate. Now, I got 3 things that I'm going to briefly touch on before I leave. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to talk about elections. I'm going to talk about sanctions. I'm going to talk about violence during the elections. So the first thing that I want us to understand is that power or the mandate is driven by government from the people. Power or the mandate is driven from the people. It is the people that gives leadership who govern us the power to govern. And for that process to take place, it is us as citizens to be able to register, to be able to be found in the voters' roll, so that on the day when elections come, you must be able to cast your vote on the right place. It is through that process only that mandate gets driven. Now, I want us to understand one important critical thing here, that we were part and parcel of the liberation struggle that ZANU-PF is claiming today. Through our fathers, our parents, our sisters, our grandfathers who were part of the struggle, it is then that they were still a liberation party, but unfortunately they have deserted, they have abandoned the liberation struggle values. They are now the puppets of the West. I'm sorry to say that those who come with the anti-sanction mantra and telling us about if the opposition is the puppet of the West, they should know that now we have the new puppet of the West. And why I'm saying ZANU-PF is the new puppet of the West is because even the land that we fought for, even the land that the liberation struggle fought for, Mnangagwa, E.G. and his puppets, and his henchmen, they are now parceling it to the whites. We have the land in around Wange, we have the land in Shilonga, Shire South. That land belongs to the traditional inhabitants of that place, but Mnangagwa is actually taking the land and giving it back to us. So who new Mnangagwa. We want to say that ZANU-PF is no longer the ZANU-PF of our liberation struggle. The ZANU-PF which is now there is now the new puppet of the West. We have seen Mnangagwa, how he was crying, how he was fighting to be in London when the Queen died. They were actually fighting to be on the queue so that he can please the West. The mantra that we are the West puppet is an insult. I want to address the issue of sanctions. You see, last week I actually attended the ANC business breakfast where the ANC Secretary General spoke, and I was giving solidarity to them, and I really respect the man, Razmataz as it is. But you know, I realized and I noticed during this speech that there are sentiments, there are emotional sentiments that he uttered, which shows that he is either misinformed or misdirected or deliberately misinforming the people of South Africa. We want to set the record straight that the Lancaster issue agreement, the sanctions issue that are there now, and the failure of Lancaster resolutions to be implemented has nothing to do with the party called CCC that is led by Chief Champion Advocate Nelson Chamisa. What happened in the Lancaster House, ZANU-PF failed to implement it until the opposition in 1999 started to say, we want the land, we want the land. That's when they started to wake up in their sleep and also tried to say, we want the land. The land agenda was the liberation struggle agenda, was the MTC then agenda. It was not the pushed by ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF must stop lying. I will emphasize this, that there is this movement, anti-sanction movement led by our brother Rutendo. Brother Rutendo, I want you to be informed that stopping being apologetic, stop lying to the public, stop lying and saying you are neutral. You are not neutral because you are actually promoting ZANU-PF. You are campaigning for ZANU-PF. You were quoted saying that Chamisa should not be given an opportunity to govern. Who are you to deny a citizen of Zimbabwe the right to govern when he's given power by the citizens of our country? You should also understand one important factor, that it will not work to peddle lies and churn out ZANU-PF propaganda, saying that we are puppets. We are not puppets. We are going to vote for our new government. We want our digging among nations. We want our position in SADC, in AU, in the United Nations. We want to be recognized because we are a movement of the people with the goals of, with the ideology of people centered. We have put people in the center. We are not driven by any other suggestions that we are being pushed because of the failure, or we are pushing the interests of the Americans and the British. That is far-fetched. It's a lie. It's not true. We know very well our intentions. Our intentions is driven by the citizens of Zimbabwe, by the interests of Zimbabwe. 6 million votes. 6 million votes. Chamisa oye! Chamisa oye! You know, I want this thing to be properly understood, because the issue of saying, of hiding behind sanctions is a problem. To say sanctions have caused all the decay, economic decay, is just partially correct. It's not the whole truth. The whole truth is that that country's economy was destroyed by corruption, economic looting, by the leaders who are supposed to be exemplary, who are supposed to lead us properly, but now they have stolen. By his own admission, the Minister of Finance actually said that 1.2 billion is looted annually, you know, annually, where is the government by that time when they are looting? And check, guess what? That part of that 1.2 billion that is looted every year is looted mainly by the leaders of ZANU-PF. Therefore, my message to our brothers and sisters in South Africa, especially the ANC, is that the ZANU-PF that you still support, as according to the Angolan Accord of the Liberation Solidarity Movement, it must be reviewed, because that ZANU-PF Liberation Party is now an empty shell. The citizens has moved to the CCC, to the opposition. They are no longer just an empty shell. You are defending a new puppet if you defend ZANU-PF. So I like to encourage the people. Our main message here is that our people must go and register. We need to encourage people around Hillbrow. We need to encourage people around all metropolitan in South Africa to know that it is their right to vote. The only way they can bring power, a new government, and that new government will be the government of the people. It is through voting. I like what the president said just 2 days ago, that if you have not registered, you have no right to complain. You rather shut up. I know some people did not take it that nicely, but it's a serious statement. It's time that we are moving radically. We are now stepping the gear up of radicalism. These elections are going to be a watershed of a new democracy or a new dawn in our country. And it's not going to come cheap. We know that many people have lost lives. We know that if we don't stand up, particularly the youth, if you don't stand up and claim your rights and make sure you defend that vote, like what the RIP is doing. I like that young man, the champion Tafatha, what he's doing, and others and other students and all the youth, what they are doing. They are claiming their rights, their rightful place in the country. We know that ZEC was militarized. We know that there is a process of militarization. Even the national service education is partisan, is done in a way that to militarize our state institutions so that they can fight our right to vote, our freedom of association. They can fight against our campaigns. But we are saying against all odds, against all the difficulties, against all the challenges, we are going to stand. And I like when what the champion, the chief champion showed confidence in this whole process. So the youth, I urge you to make sure that you defend the vote. Let not the youth remain in diaspora. South Africa is very close to Zimbabwe. I know the cost. I know it's easy to go. It might be challenging to come back. But you remember, Johannesburg and Wange, they are equal distance to Harare, if I'm not mistaken. And it is easy to move. You don't need to go to Harare, Bulawayo, Mutare, Gupi. You just need to go to Bedbridge here and make sure that you register, and next time you go and vote. Chamisa oye! Chamisa oye! So the issue of intimidation also is an issue. But you know, we are fighting somebody, we are fighting a wounded lion here. We are fighting somebody who knows they've lost the power. So obviously they are going to make sure. That's why they made it clear that they are not going to reform themselves out of power. So if you talk about the reforms, remember that they are not going to reform themselves out of power. But we need to get power against all odds. The people, if we vote massively, I'm pretty sure that even those who are well bent on rigging, they will find it useless. They will find it very difficult for that. So let us go and make a statement. Let us make sure we prepare ourselves, we prepare our money to go, we prepare our traveling in time. Don't wait for people to come to you. Just prepare yourself. make sure you got money to travel, make sure that your transport, that money you save it, don't include it in the family cost, in the family responsibilities. Save it yourself, start now, as an individual in your house, in your room, in your shack, in wherever you are. Start saving that little by little. Wait for August, July, August, so that when we say we are going for elections, you go there. You don't even want to ask someone to help because you had enough time to prepare. So preparation for elections is very important. We are aware and conscious of the violence, but don't fear. Those are the same people. They are just as good as you and me. They are also scared of death like you and me. They have no monopoly of violence, of killing. What they are doing, anyone can do it. There's nothing really exclusive in whatever they are doing. So stand strong, remain strong. I'm here just to encourage you. I want to thank you once again for coming, and I want to, I think you will continue with the programs of mobilization. I'm rushing right now. I really thank you very much, Chairman Mate and your team. Branches, I saw branches from Jimiston, from Alexander, and from Hillbrow, and other places. Thank you very much, and all other cadres. Thank you.
Thank you. Change champions. This might look like we are joking, but we are not joking. Right. To prove that we are not joking, how many people who did not vote in 2018, but this year they are going to vote? Just by a show of hands. Don't worry about 2018, it's gone. 2023 is coming. New voters for 2023. You see? We are going to spell out on how you can participate, because going to the elections does not need a person who goes unprepared. When we say unprepared, what are we talking about? We're talking about you, your wife or your husband, your girlfriend or your boyfriend, even your ex. You can also include them. You are not enemies. Okay. Thank you very much, champions. Right now, can I have all the leaders from the branches? Please, we are Ikundo. All the leaders. When I say each branch, please send the organizing secretary. If the organizing secretary is not there, the deputy. If the deputy is not there, the chairperson or the deputy. All branches, please. We are in. We are in. The president. You can tell we are not led. We are thrown away. Mr. Mate, you are too good, Mdara. Thank you very much. Champions, I'm going to give you the mic, right? Why? Because you came here, you took your time, Saturday today, you should be with your families, but because you are really champions of change, you decided you are going to call. So please, you introduce yourself and then you introduce from which branch. Not too much speeches, we just want to gaga and then we're done so that we can go home. But I feel we need to, that's what we want. You have to say, I'm from, and then 1 or 2 words of encouragement on what we are doing. One after the other. Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Amanzi aqandayo chop chop, amanzi aqandayo chop chop, kuyatshisa sibombeni isikhathi, kuyatshisa, gijimani lamanzi, wozani lamanzi, abatshela president All right, my leaders. I saw my name. 20 rand, 20 rand, 20 rand, 20 rand. Hang come on. About touch man, was I was thinking the man. 20 rand, 20 rand, 20 rand. I saw my all and July Kuluma only 20 rand. Again, which I again. Again, which I again. 2023. 2023. Siyabonga ukuba lapha sibonga idistrict esibizileyo igama lami umncedisi Sibanda from Lemojongwe Thembisa branch. Siyathanda ukuthi sihlanganeni sonke sibe into yinye entweni esiyenzayo namhlanje. Uposition ngiu-organ from Lemojongwe. Yabonga.
Shanduko Zimbabwe. Inguquko eZimbabwe. Inguquko eZimbabwe. Thank you very much to you all champions and those who are willing to topple this useless leadership that we have in our country. My name is Douglas Chuma. I'm the deputy organ for Springs branch. With me, I've got my chairman and my secretary for information. Mr. Tim Diwa is the chairman. Mr. Tindoro is the secretary for information. I thank you.
Thank you, champion. Thank you. Springs way!
Bantu kwa Zimbabwe. Bantu kwa Zimbabwe. Bantu kwa Zimbabwe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Amoni Kamchgariwa. I'm the interim vice chairman for Jamestown branch. We came here as a big team, and I may not have the time or opportunity to introduce each and every one of them. But I would like to thank everyone who has made the effort to come here, right? The song, for now, the song remains. Yeah. Let's register to vote. Let's spread the word. Let's mobilize as much as we can. We need to vote out this regime, the corrupt and oppressive regime, SANPF, right? So the only way to do so is for us to vote in our large numbers. No other way, right? The other people were asking us, how come we don't see your president? Chienda munzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana achimobilize anowaiwa ndiano kwenya naye tisu tiri kurwadziwa saka let's take it upon ourselves to go out there and do what we have to do. 2023 6 million votes. Thank you very much.
I know you and you I know it is Diano kwenya. Jamestown way! Jamestown way! As the interim organizing secretary of Hillbrow branch, I want to thank Jamestown. You know, my brother, I was one of the best students at school. I'm sorry to say that, but I will tell you. My secret was I never wasted time trying to think. I used to speak to other school children and see what they are doing. Then I will copy and paste, but I never copied their names, right? I copied the right answers and all that. So I was playing with the brilliant ones. I wasn't playing with those ones that sit at the back. That's why Tirikutambane Jimmy, Lemojongwe, Springs. Tirikutamba never kufamba. Right, next, my leader.
Shandu from Zimbabwe. You get Zimbabwe. You get Zimbabwe. 2023. Rapid again, Komana. How's interim chairperson for Benoni Eastern branch, Peter Banire. Nawe ana vice wangu wamulilo amene kuti vagara pati apa. Avangosimuke waone kwene vanhu. Wamulilo. Walikwera wamulilo. Right, tiri pamugwazo. Mugwazo ndo watiri panapa. Mugwazo vari kuti wamusha futi. Mai nevana vake, baba nevana vavo, vazukuru nana sekuru. Munhu wese kunovhota. Tiri kuda 6 million votes. President Jamisa. Tikangosvika 6 chete. Kobva tapinda nechimuti.